Hello, my name's Rachel James and I'm a partner in the specialist mesothelioma claims team at RWK Goodman, and I'm going to talk to you about how to bring a mesothelioma claim and what you need to know. To commence a claim, first off, I would recommend that you contact a specialist mesothelioma claims solicitor who will arrange to come and see you at home. The solicitor will talk you through your work history and take a detailed witness statement, guiding you through with questions about how you might have been exposed to asbestos. A specialist claims solicitor will always come and see you at home so that you're comfortable in your own home and guide you through the process. They will explain what you can expect from a legal claim, how it works, and about the specialist court system at the High Court in London and the mesothelioma list, and answer any questions that you may have. If your employer no longer exists, then that's not a barrier to bringing a claim. The key point is finding the insurer for that employer at the time you were exposed to asbestos. As specialist mesothelioma claims lawyers, we are very expert in finding insurers using the employer's liability tracing service, and we have expertise in tracing historic companies and finding out who you were employed by. You can pursue your employer, even if they're a dissolved company, using the Third Party Rights Against Insurers Act, or a company can be restored to the register. So the fact that your employer is no longer trading is rarely a barrier to bringing a mesothelioma claim. If you're self-employed, a specialist mesothelioma claims lawyer would determine whether actually you were self-employed or whether you were a labour-only subcontractor who was effectively employed. We would ask questions to determine the employment status, and the key element is what level of control your employer had. If you are a true self-employed person who had control over your employment, there are also other avenues we can explore, such as environmental exposure, or whether there's an occupier's liability claim on behalf of the occupier. So it's always worth seeking specialist advice to determine whether or not you can bring a claim. If your exposure was in the UK and you've moved abroad, then you can certainly bring a claim, and at RWK Goodman we are experts in bringing claims on behalf of expats. We've acted for expats all over the world, especially in Spain, Ireland, America, Australia, New Zealand. Wherever you are in the world, it's not a barrier to bringing a claim as long as your exposure occurred within England and Wales. How long your claim takes will depend on the complexity of your claim. If you have complicated features, then a claim may take longer, but there is a fast-track system within the High Court in London, and we aim to try and pursue claims as quickly as we can to achieve lifetime settlements as far as we possibly can. If you would like to find out more about how to fund a claim, time limits, and whether you can change solicitor, take a look at our video here. Compensation is very much dependent on your losses and your pension income. Compensation is made up of two elements, of damages for your illness, but also for your losses, so your loss of pension income, whether you have a dependent spouse, and whether you have other losses to be incurred. If you are having private medical treatment, or you may require private medical treatment in the future, then this element of your claim can be preserved so that you can continue to claim for private medical treatment costs after your claim has been settled, because the cost of private medical treatment is often uncertain and the duration is uncertain. Therefore, this element can continue with agreements with insurers or with wording of an order to ensure that you can have all of the private medical treatment that you will need and will be of benefit to you. Thank you very much for listening to our video. If you would like to find out more about bringing a mesothelioma claim, please have a look at the links in the description below.